Start to let your eyes be closed. With the eyes closed, take a moment here to start tuning inward, just a little bit deeper than maybe the superficial level that you normally do. So maybe start to notice how the temperature of your breath feels flowing in. Maybe it's a little cooler. Exhale, the air is a little warmer. Maybe take a moment to feel the flow of the breath. Notice where you can feel the sensation of air flowing. So maybe you're feeling the air pass through the backside of the nose, or maybe it's a little further into the neck. If you can feel any of those sensations. And see what it feels like to breathe into different spots. Maybe take a breath deep in the belly area. Then try a chest breath. See how that feels in comparison. Sometimes having this taking away a sense temporarily makes it so we're able to tune a little bit more deeply to what's going on inside. It's like less of a seeing and replicating type energy, and it's more of a feeling and being type of energy instead. So what we're going to play with in our class today is sensory withdrawal, or the Sanskrit word for that is pratyahara. So when we withdraw a sense, it makes it so that we have to tune a little bit deeper, find deeper things, different senses to listen to, our sense of hearing, our sense of grounding down into the earth and finding gravity. So that's what we'll be playing with the eyes closed. We just a little brief bit more about that word pratyahara. In the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, that ancient sage Patanjali taught the 8 steps to yoga. The 5th one is pratyahara. The 4 leading up to it are very external based. They're how we interact with the world and how we interact with our body. The 3 after it are more internal based, how we can get into the deep sense of meditation. And so that middle ground, that middle spot, pratyahara, is the bridge between external and internal. So it's fun to play on that bridge to help us find this deeper sense. And so if ever eyes need to open, that's okay. Try to make your focus more single pointed instead of just kind of distracting, looking all over. But as much as we can through the class, let's try to keep eyes closed. So we'll start off here, the physical stuff, with knees coming into the chest. As knees start to come in, let yourself allow a couple of easy movements for the back, maybe rocking left and right. Just try on the first one. See how it feels. Lift up the head. See how much surface area of your back you can lift off the ground, and then roll back down. Notice how much, if you can see these crunches, notice how much you tend to curl the head in. Play with it a few rounds. Does that curled in head, is that necessary? Could you keep your neck in a straight line instead of curling it in? See how that type of a crunch feels. And then play with the surface area of the back. What does it feel like just getting up to your shoulder blades? What does it feel like trying to lift the shoulder blades off the ground? Just find other playful things to be with in your body. Just noticing how it feels. You all might be at different paces, and that's okay. We're doing okay. Let's take another 5, 4, and again, my counting might be off for you. That's okay. 3, 2, 1, and then leave the back down. Keep the hands clasped behind the head. And just let yourself curl the chin into the chest using the strength of the arms. So head is completely relaxed into the hands, and the hands are helping to curl the head. Allow the head to tilt a little bit to the right. And head a little bit to the left. Good. Completely release, head back down to the ground. Hands come to the floor beside the hips. Let's take a few bridge poses. So hips lift, roll up one vertebrae at a time, lift nice and high. And exhale, roll back down. So with the eyes closed, can you feel that undulation? Kind of one vertebrae leading to the next, leading to the next, leading to the next. And then rolling back down, reverse. Sometimes I know I intend to do that in normal classes, but it kind of just ends up lifting up in 3 sections. My hips lift, and then my low back lifts, and then my spine lifts, my upper rib area. But see if it really can be like a pearl necklace, and how when you start to pull on one spot, the next part is connected and it leads, pulls it, then the next. So let's take 3 more. At the third one, we'll stay lifted up high. Here's 3. And going up to 2. And all the way up to 1. Stay. Maybe hands can clasp behind your back. Some people can't, that's okay. From here, trying to stay lifted, let's try to lift the heels up and slowly lower down. We don't just want to slam them. Good. Let's repeat that. 9. And softly down. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Release the hands. Try to roll the spine back down one at a time. Beautiful. So let's take a little stretch break for the legs after that. Right leg goes up to sky. Hands grab onto the back side of the leg, maybe at thigh, maybe at calf. Pull it in for a moment. And we're going to let this right leg cross really tightly over the left leg. So trying to get it to a really tight wrap. Then once we've got that thigh really tightly over, bring both thighs into the chest. The hands grab. Some people can grab all the way down toward ankles. Sometimes that's too far and you grip a little closer to the knees. So find the spot that works. And as you pull in, notice if you're in the stretch. Sometimes in yoga classes, when I'm aesthetically doing the pose, I realize I'm not really feeling anything. So this is a spot, at least for me, I've got pretty open hips, where I might start to just kind of test the water, see if my hips want any more. Obviously, we always listen to the safety of the knees. But if there's space for a little more, maybe we try to pull in just a little bit. Good. So huge inhale. Exhale. Release the hands, let the legs stay crossed, and we're going to take the knees over to a twist to left. Let the arms spread open. Just notice where your body feels this. Maybe it tips, maybe it's through the vertebrae, through the shoulder. Just notice. Another breath in, out, hips back to ground, let right foot go to ground so you can let left go up to sky, grab onto it, pull it in for hamstring. Create that thigh wrap, left leg dropping over, wrapping tightly over right, thighs trying to come into the chest. See if you can take the grip to both ankles. Good, deep breaths flowing. So you're in the stretch, feel it from the inside. Allow the arms to spread open, let the knees fall all the way over to the right. Let's see how that side feels. Another breath flowing in, out. When you uncross, return onto your back, bring the hands to the knees, and just make simple rocking for a moment. So one more breath in, out. So from here, let's release the left leg all the way long, dropping it to ground. Hands are around the right knee, try to pull it in. Right leg straightens up to sky, grab back onto the hamstring. It's a little different when the other leg is straight on the ground versus planted. Just notice that difference. Good, release right leg all the way down to floor. Left knee comes in, hug around the knee, pull it in tight. And leg up to sky. Give it that hamstring stretch. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, hands drop to the floor. Just gonna leave the legs here for a moment. So hands are on the floor, right beside our hips, or even thumbs slightly tucking under hips. And what we're gonna do from here is bicycles. So leave the left leg up for a moment as the right knee comes into the chest. From there, lower left leg down, right leg straightens up as left knee comes in, And just let the legs do these circles, moving in opposite directions. Keep the breath flowing with it. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Both legs up to sky. Slide the hands open to left and right. From here, both legs, you imagine you've got a resistance band around your leg, and then use muscular activation to let your legs resist opening, but eventually they do open all the way as wide as possible. Exhale, slowly resist the legs coming back together. Good. Take a few rounds of that. Let's go 5. Start to open. And bring it back together slowly. 4. 3. 2. 1. Good. Allow the legs to open back out. The knees can be bent. Bring hands to inner thighs to help weigh the thighs open. Give it a couple of breaths just to rest in that shape. Hands are still at inner thigh area. Let the right leg start to straighten out to the right. Feel how that weight pulls the rest of your body toward that side just a little. And right leg bends. Left leg straightens. Feel the pull. And bend. Both legs together, try to straighten. Good. Another breath, just relaxing here. Then we're going to try to leave the legs solid in that shape as we do some crunches. The crunches go like this. Arms reach toward the back wall. Inhale. Exhale. Reach the arms through the legs. Crunching up. Inhale, return. Exhale, crunch up. If you're doing okay, we'll take 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good work. Head down. Take the knees back to bent shape. Knees up above us, thighs coming together. Spread the arms open left and right. So from that bent knee shape, lift the toes up a little bit so the toes are at about a 90-degree angle. From there, tilt the knees partway to one side. That's our inhale. Exhale, tilt back slowly through the center. Inhale, tilt to the other side. Use the exhale contraction to bring us right back. Take a few rounds like that. This is pretty easy for you, and you need to increase difficulty. Whenever you tilt to one side, pause for a moment so you can straighten both legs, and then bend them again to go through the center. Tilt to the other side, straighten, bend, and go through the center. Good, so up to you. Find the amount that works. Still doing good. Let's take 3 more each side. And we'll take 2. And 1. Good. Hips back down. Let right leg go straight up to sky. Left leg hovers above the ground. We're going to do straight leg scissor switches. So left leg comes up, hands can grab onto it, right leg lowers, and keep on switching. Hands on the leg makes it a little easier. If anybody happens to want to increase difficulty, let hands be by the hips instead, just using muscular effort to do the switches. So personal preference entirely. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good work. Let's take a hip opener. So right ankle to left thigh. Figure 4 stretch. Thread arms around the left thigh or shin, wherever you reach. Good. So just notice in your own system how it is having the eyes closed. Sometimes it's kind of relaxing. It's like, oh, I'm going nice and deep in. This is actually feeling really good. Sometimes it's kind of stressful. Some of us are very visual people. So taking away the sense of vision can be a huge deal. So just notice how your own body reacts to it. Is there a temptation constantly to open the eyes? And it's fine if you do. Just remember that one point of vision if you ever do open. Take one more breath for this hip. Nice exhale. And we're going to switch sides. So left ankle to right thigh. Hands centered around right. Feel how this opens up the body here. Take another huge inhale. Exhale. And when we undo the cross, we're back to bent knees above our chest. What we're going to do here is actually something that can be kind of diagnostic for our body. So use your hands first to feel where your hips are in relation to the 2 sides of the mat. Just notice if you're in the center or not. If you're not, kind of try to make yourself come back to the center. Then what we're going to do is roll like a ball 5 times. In our brain, we're going to try to roll straight, but after 5 times, we'll lower our feet and then just peek for a moment and see how straight we actually did roll. But that'll indicate to us different things about hips and shoulders and just if things are in alignment or not. So make sure you're centered and then get ready to roll. Take a little pump back with your feet and we're going to rise up with eyes closed. 5. Roll back. 4. Back. 3. Back. 2. Good. 1. Set the feet down for a moment and just kind of peek. If you kind of totally rock over to one side, if you tilt a lot, just notice. Kind of curious. Good. So then back up at this seated place, eyes closed if you wish. Let's try a boat pose with eyes closed. Start to rock your way toward your sacrum, tailbone kind of area, sitting bones. Hands are welcome to be at thighs. If you'd like to try to allow one arm to go free from the legs, that's fine. Sometimes both. Maybe one leg straightens up Maybe both legs straighten up. Just feel how a boat pose is. Your system. Good. Try to hold whatever you can for another count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As the knees slide wide in, grab the ankles so we can set down directly to claw floor. Let the spine relax up and over. Especially let the weight of the head be head. Okay, so when we rise back up with our spine, pick up the knees. So feet are planted in front of us, knees are back up. We're gonna have our hands planted behind us. You can turn your fingers whatever direction feels comfortable for your wrists, but the idea is tricep dips. So hands are planted behind us, feet are planted in front of us. Pick up the hips in the middle, and then bend the elbows to lower you a little bit, and then press the elbows back up straight. That'll be the tricep dip. So dip down and press up. Some of us may not be able to make it all the way, but do what your body can do. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2. 1, good work. Set the hips down, slide the legs straight in front of your body. Let your spine continue to just round over those 2 straight legs. Okay, so as spine rolls back up, let's allow ourselves to come to a cross leg, just easy seated posture. We're gonna take the arms out to left and right. We're gonna make a thumbs up. So the thumbs up pulses up and down 10 times. So pulse it 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thumbs down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thumbs forward. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thumbs back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good work. Now take the hands to clasp behind the back of the head. Think of this like a cat-cow variation. When we take our inhale, the elbows open back, the heart tries to arch forward a little bit. When we take our exhale, elbows come in, round the head down, use the hands to kind of help stretch the neck. So follow your breath pace a couple of rounds. Inhale, open the elbows, and exhale, round down. Take another 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Release. Let's come onto all fours. And just to feel the full exaggeration of the spine, take just one more cat, feel the full rounding up. And then cow, belly down. Good. So back to neutral. Let's try out our bird dog. So right leg extends back behind you, about level with the head. Left arm tries to go forward. So you're balancing opposites. Just feel how your body can do with the eyes closed if possible. If balance is kind of at least decently there, maybe try to take elbow to knee, 5, and straight back out. Use your breath, exhale to come under, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Hand and knee down. Second side, left leg back. Right arm forward. You can inhale. Exhale is or balance is okay. Exhale, touch underneath. 5. And 4. And 3. 2. 1. Good. Hand and knee down. We'll walk our hands forward to kneeling plank, or if you wish to do push-ups with the full plank, you can do that too, your choice. Try to keep the elbows squeezing back as you lower down. So go as far as you can. 5. And press up. 4. 3. 2. 1. Beautiful. Shift back to a child pose for a moment. Okay, let's try out a downward facing dog with the eyes closed if possible. Really try to feel inside your body, feel the spine long. That's what we're looking for. So sometimes we have to bend the knees to get the spine a little bit longer. That's totally safe. That's always a safe variation. Good. Beautiful. So let's see what it's like to walk our feet up to the top of the mat, maybe with eyes closed. Feel yourself shifting your weight to your feet. Just take an inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rise if you feel safe to do so with eyes closed. Try it out. Hands to heart. I've got a few more minutes before we'll go to just some last stretches to wrap us up. So I'd like to try a couple of little balance challenge things. Possibly with eyes closed. You can always open if needed. That's always a safety thing that you can take. If possible, try to shift your weight to left foot. Start to let the right knee rotate open. You're trying to go toward a variation of tree pose. So it might just be kickstand variation, toes on the ground. See if you can ground down into left even more. Maybe the foot can come up to ankle. Just feel what happens. You can even open your arms like balance beams. That's okay. Sometimes it can go to cat, but don't feel pressured. Sometimes that's the moment we kick out of it. So that's good. Good. Okay, drop down on this side. Feel yourself grounding right away into right foot. You feel ready. The left can start to rotate open. Where it gets to, just notice. Good work. So dropping that foot down. Let's take big toes close, heels slightly separated. We're going to sit back like we're going into a chair. Hands can be at heart or balance beam, whatever you like. But we're going to try a couple of times is lifting the heels up and down. So obviously if you need to just open eyes, that is okay. But if possible, try to listen inside. See if the heels will lift. and lower. Then do another count of 5. You don't necessarily have to do all of them. Try to lift and lower. 4. Sometimes it's a quick one. It's like, nope, I'm coming back down. That's okay. See if the next one can be a little slower. 3. 2. 4. 1. Good. When heels are down, straighten the legs. We're back up to stand. We're going to try to balance our weight on left foot and grab the right foot behind our back for a quad stretch. So my recommendation, start off, shift your weight to left foot. Just try once or twice with eyes closed, trying to grab that foot behind you. If balance does not work, then open eyes, get it in place. Try to imagine taking a screenshot of the room, whatever you're gazing at. Try to keep that mental picture. Then when you close your eyes for a moment, see if you can maintain the mental picture with balance. Amazing work. Whatever happened, you're doing awesome. So go ahead and let arms open out left and right. Eyes can be open or closed as we try to step back to warrior 3. Land the toes. As arms sweep up to sides or to left and right. See if you can balance in this spot. The back toes are planted, the heel is. So from this spot, whatever arm balance will work. Let's take a few rounds, bending the back knee. This lowers us down a little bit. And press that back. If eyes need to stay open, that's okay. If the balance is kind of there, let's just try it out. That. Let's take another 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Bring hands to the heart. See if you can step that back foot next to the front. Good. Sit back like a chair. Let's try another couple of those heel lifts. Pull up and down. 4. 3. 2. 1. Oh, good work. Quads are like speaking. Okay, so one more side. Shift your weight to right leg. Maybe try 2 or 3 times. See if you can grab left foot behind your back and stay in balance. If that does not work, it's okay. Open eyes for a moment. Set it up in the position. Take a screenshot in your mind. Try to hold that picture. Good. Eyes open or closed. Warrior 3. Land the back toes. Arms can go up or to the sides, whatever is going to work for us. Okay, one more set of 10 and we're good for the day. So back knee, bend, and straight. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Amazing work. Step the back foot forward. And this time, let's pass hands behind the back. Bend the knees. And as we drop our torso down, pull the arms into the shoulder stretch behind the knees. Good. Drop the hands to the floor. See if the legs will straighten a little bit. Your choices, we're heading back. We could take a child pose, a down dog, or a flow. Either way, we'll start up here. Inhale, half lift, hand side of shins. Exhale, hands go to floor, travel back. You can go to child's pose, straight down dog, or the flow if you forward and chaturanga. Taking a nice cobra. Maybe down dog. Good. Let's take a pigeon pose. Kneeling or down dog can both be ways to get there. Maybe let the right leg float for a second and send your right leg under and through. Kind of tune into your body, tune into the hips. Keep them square as you lower down. So this is a good place to note. Sometimes in yoga, especially since in this modern world we have TV, we have magazines, we have social media, we have YouTube and Instagram. Sometimes we start to see different yoga bodies, people doing some of the poses. And sometimes without even intending it, our practice becomes trying to get our body as beautiful as possible, trying to make it like Instagram worthy or something. And when we do that, there's pros and cons. Sometimes when we do that, we don't listen to our body. We bring ourselves to the point where maybe we even enter our body because we're so numb to it and what it's trying to speak to us. So closing off a sense like the eyes can do something interesting, shifting us from the concern about how I look and how other people look in comparison, deeply inside to the sense of, okay, how does it feel? Am I in stretches? Does it feel like I'm doing good things for my body? And it turns it to that deeper internal sense. Take one more breath with this pigeon pose. Let's start to shift. So hands can plant. We can go to kneeling or down dog. Take a couple of wiggles to the hip. Good. Whenever you feel ready for left leg to go through, set it up. Good. Feeling in your body, all the way down to that resting down spot. Another benefit to closing off some of the senses is that it takes away distraction. Sometimes we're so bombarded with distraction constantly. And it's like our brain doesn't really know how to focus anymore. It doesn't know how to have all attention on one thing for an extended time. But taking away that sense of vision makes us listen a little bit deeper. Makes us use our ears more. Let's feel gravity in our feet a little more. Takes away the distraction of all the visual things. But it even can sharpen it once we open eyes back up. Sometimes there's benefits to closing off sense for a time. Makes it so when we open our eyes later, suddenly there's more vibrancy to the colors. Maybe even the physical vision actually improves. Or even the deeper type of vision, like intuition. One more breath for this half. Inhale. Exhale. Plant the hands. Let's take it to down dog or kneeling, whichever recovery pose we're using today. Little wiggles for the body. Good. And eventually, let's drop back down to knees. From kneeling, let's lift right hand up to sky. Feel your back muscles twist open. And then thread that right shoulder all the way down to the ground. This left hand could stay. It could wrap around the low back. It could stretch forward. Lots of options. Slide the left hand in front of the face, press into it. I'll go to the second side. So left hand reaches up to sky. Feel the muscles open. And then thread that shoulder all the way down to the ground. Right hand reach or wrap. Right hand slides in front of the face, press into it. Maybe a little cat and a cow to reset the spine. And let's make our way down to a seated place. Once seated, let's open the legs to a wide figure V shape. Let's bring the hands to the floor immediately in front of us. And just play with walking the hands forward. See how we can add a little bit of flexibility after the strength. Hands can walk over toward the right leg. You can stretch a little deeper on that side. Both hands over to left leg. Back to center. Walking hands back in. And especially after some of that standing stuff we did, let's wrap up with a nice quad stretch. So bring the left foot to the space in front of your body. Your right leg is going to tuck back to the side, so the foot's to the outside of the hip, the knees tucked back. And so depending on your knee, you'll have to just listen to it. Some of us, as we bring the hands to the floor behind us, that's about what our knee can handle. Some of us can go down to left elbow, right. The knee starts to lift. That's kind of a sign that the knee, the quad muscles can't stretch any further. So that's a good sign that's about the end. If you want more, some people take it to back, but don't feel like you have to. If you're almost in a stretch, but don't really feel like quite yet, scoop toe under. Let's give it 2 or 3 more breaths. Let's reverse every step we did to get down. And the last step is right leg stacked straight in front of us. Let your spine round over those 2 straight legs in front. And one more side. Spine lifts back up, left leg cuts back. Start to bring the hands behind you. See how the quad responds to that. If it wants more, right elbow drops down. If it wants more, left elbow or sliding elbows out. Last inhale. Exhale. Let's reverse our way back up. Both legs are out straight in front of us again. Round the spine up and forward. Here, if there's any last stretches your body would love for you to take before wrapping up in Shavasana, this is the time to do it. These could be seated stretches, it could be on our back, and if any last things our body just knows to take, feel free to explore any of those. Sometimes even poses we've done a million times before. We just want to see what it's like doing it blind. No rush to get to Shavasana. Some of us will be exploring a little bit longer. Nothing wrong with that. When you feel ready to do that final release, that restful relaxation down to the ground, think of your breath as being that bridge between the external and the internal. And just play with that bridge we've been playing on, this pratyahara, sensory withdrawal. Similar purpose to what the bridge of the breath does for us. So here, let's begin to deepen our inhales. Our exhales. Introduce little movements back to the toes, ankles and wrists. Stretching it out in a way that feels good for the body, like you're waking up first thing in the morning. Actually taking a nice fetal position up to one side. Doing a good breath or two. Get to a comfortable seated place when you feel ready. So here with hands at the heart, take one more moment to connect back to pratyahara, sensory withdrawal. And we think of this sensory withdrawal, we think of it as helping to clear off some of the static of our energy, clear off the distractions, so that when we use our one-pointed focus, we not only are better at it, we're more practiced at it, but we're able to more effectively use 100% our thoughts, more effectively use our creativity. And with that, there's such tremendous power without all that buzz, the distraction constantly pulling at us. So with this idea of sensory withdrawal to help lead us toward this greater focus, let's allow ourselves to wrap up the time we shared together today with the sound of Om. Deep inhale now. May we be filled with light, happiness, and peace. Namaste.